Since childhood, Alina believed that love was light. She dreamed of a great love, like in novels and movies. She was honest, kind, and open, and she never imagined that love itself could one day turn her life into a trial. Alina was in her final year at university, working part-time at a small cafe near her home, living an ordinary, quiet life. She had a best friend, Lyra. They had been friends since school, sharing secrets, laughing at silly things, and dreaming about the future. Lyra was bright, confident, beautiful. Next to her, Alina seemed quieter, but Lyra never made her feel inferior, or at least, it seemed so. Every evening, Alina returned home and thought about her future, dreaming of family, children, and true love. She could never have imagined that her trust would one day be betrayed. One day, a young man walked into the cafe. Tall, confident, with a warm smile. He ordered an Americano and lingered at the counter, looking Alina straight in the eyes. "I feel like I've seen you somewhere," he said, as if thinking aloud. "I doubt it," Alina smiled. She didn't understand why her heart skipped a beat. He came back the next day, and the day after. His name was Mark. He listened to Alina. He remembered little details, how she liked her coffee, which books she read, which movies touched her. He asked questions about her dreams and plans. Alina felt, for the first time, truly heard. Within a month, they couldn't bear to be apart even for a minute. Alina was flying high. She was happy. She sometimes sat alone at night, smiling at the thought of how lucky she was to have Mark. She told Lyra everything. "Lyra, I'm in love. I think it's real love." "I'm so happy for you," Lyra said, hugging her tightly. "You deserve happiness." But there was a trace of something strange in her voice. A faint shadow of envy. Alina didn't notice. Time passed. One day, Lyra asked to meet Mark personally. "I want to see the one who managed to change you so much." Alina agreed, smiling at the thought that her friend would see how caring and attentive her boyfriend was. On the day of the meeting, the three of them sat in the same cafe. Mark joked and laughed, but sometimes his gaze lingered on Lyra longer than usual. Alina felt a strange unease, which she tried to ignore. A few days later, Lyra began calling more often. At first, just friendly chats, then questions. "What did you do today? Where was Mark?" "Everything is fine, Lyra," Alina replied, trying not to show her worry. But the anxiety grew. She started noticing strange messages on Mark's phone that he hurriedly deleted. Her heart pounded as if warning her something was wrong. One evening, returning home from work, Alina saw Mark at her apartment window with Lyra. They were laughing, hugging, and the smiles on their faces shattered Alina's heart into 1,000 pieces. She felt betrayed, unable to believe her eyes. Her world collapsed. She sat on the couch, hugging herself, thinking, how could they? Lyra, my best friend. And Mark, how could he? The next day, Alina decided to confront Lyra. She went to her friend's apartment, trying to hold back her tears. "Lyra, why?" she asked, her voice trembling. "I'm sorry," Lyra said calmly. I I liked him. I couldn't hold my feelings any longer." The words cut like a knife. Alina realized that she had lost not only Mark, but her best friend. Weeks passed. Alina tried to move on. She cried, she mourned, but gradually she began to feel that she had to restore herself. She was no longer the naive, trusting girl. She learned to set boundaries, value herself, and not let others destroy her world. A month later, while working in the cafe, Mark walked in. He looked lost, guilty. "Alina, I was wrong. I realized you were the only one I truly loved." Alina took a deep breath and smiled. In her smile, there was something new. Calmness, confidence. You know, Mark, sometimes fate sets everything in its right place. And then what Alina never expected happened. Lyra, who had built her happiness on someone else's love, faced karma. Mark left, and she was left alone. Alina, having gone through betrayal and pain, found the strength to live for herself. She opened her own small cafe, pursued what she loved, and her life gradually filled with new light. One quiet evening, watching the sunset through the cafe window, she thought, "Love cannot be built on lies and betrayal. When you are betrayed, it is not the end. It is a lesson. Karma always finds its way." And with that thought, she finally smiled truly, knowing that life goes on and happiness is not a person, it is a state of the soul that cannot be taken away.